I'm in Akihabara! We finally made it to the Mecca of all anime. Simon! Here we go! So we're going and doing a bunch of trading cards right now. That's what we want to do in Akihabara. It's like the most popular thing anyway. So one of the reasons I wanted to come to Japan was to check out the TCG offerings. Here's a Nami for 55,000 yen, and here's a starter deck I could not find in America. Here's some cool chase cards that I haven't seen personally. I know there are some stuff at my local game shop, but I actually wanted to check out the local game shop scene here too in Japan. So Simon and I are walking around Akihabara and trying to see what's available. By the way, these Dawn cards are super cool. These are like one of my favorite things. Here's a Robin card. Here's a Nami, but it's actually Mr. Bonclay, and then there's a Sabo. If you see the letters Toreika, that means trading card in Japanese, and so this is a trading card shop. Here's another Nami I liked, and I actually picked that one up. Here's a Trafalgar Law, and then my friend Simon was checking out this Vegeta from Dragon Ball Fusion, which is also really popular right now. Here's another cool Vegeta card as well. I am interested in Nami. Nami is my current chase card, and I am looking for all kinds of Nami art, especially if I can find it pretty cheap. Also Nico Robin though, I like Nico Robin. Here are the latest starter decks. This is the stuff that just released, and here are some of the older starter decks. And so if you're interested in this stuff, there's no better place than Akihabara. Also, they've got really cool mats and play areas if you want to play with the Japanese. So this place was really good. I actually got all the new starter decks for One Piece, so I'm really happy about it. I'm gonna come back and get some more stuff. Yeah, I really liked that shop because like all the prices were fair. It didn't feel like I was being scalped. These are some expensive Pokemon cards ranging from $800 to $5,000. I don't really want to pay a lot of money this trip. I'm here actually for more bargain bin prices. They have this used section here. They have all this stuff like this. It's only 800 yen. In addition to TCG, Gashapon or prize boxes and capsules are pretty popular too. This place is very famous in Tokyo, Akihabara, and if you want to check out some stuff, including Astro Boy, Berserk, Dragon Ball, Minecraft, maybe even like newer stuff like Dan Dan Dan, which is a good anime. Baseball, of course, is also highly popular thanks to the Dodgers. And then you can find some cute stuff like dogs for the dog lovers out there, like Simon. Tokyo, there's a few things to remember when you're shopping here in Akihabara. People aren't going to be as nice like in other places because people are a little stressed out. And there's so many foreigners. So like they're obviously like, which language should I use, English or Japanese? So if you get spoken to in English, but you know some Japanese, just continue using Japanese and it'll get better. There's a level of trust they need to know that you know some Japanese. If you don't know enough, you're probably going to get spoken to in English. Learn the body language too. You're just going to make a lot of hand motions. You have to understand that too. This particular store plays Dragon Ball Z music all the time. In fact, it plays Shala Head Shala on loop for 24 hours. Simon told me that. I'll also throw out that I'm going to San Francisco next week and I plan to cover Pokemon TCG in more detail. If you like Pokemon, let me know in the comments so I can make more content for Pokemon lovers. Oh, fan service. Yes.
That's what I took you to.
We need fan service. I do like Pokemon and I do play it, but it tends to get really crazy expensive, and so this trip I kind of want to focus more on just One Piece and Gundam. Though I will say I really do like Pokemon for the art, and there's some great art. Simon is totally into this, so if you want to know more, let me know again in the comments. Simon is also really into Dragon Ball right now. He continues to say it will continue to go up. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is also really popular, and so is Gundam right now. Gundam is interesting to me because there's an older version, but there's also a newer version, which is, you know, the Freedom Ascension set that I mentioned last video. And so right now I am trying to collect as many singles as I can because Freedom Ascension is completely sold out everywhere. Here's an LR++ card. That was really expensive. There's some Renoa and some Final Fantasy sleeves as well. If you plan to buy sleeves, or if you plan to buy anything at all, go for the bargain stuff right now. Don't go for the expensive stuff, because you can find a lot of cool Dawn cards, or you can find a lot of cool important cards for your deck, and I think that's better for your budget. Now we're going to Mandarake, the new one. I think Dragon Ball Fusion will continue to get bigger, but right now it's overshadowed definitely by One Piece and Pokemon. You just have to wait on it. Here's some other cool cards I actually thought was really cool, like this Rurouni Kenshin set and then Gundam. These are just more like poster art cards, and I think they're really cool. They're really cheap too, and then as I said before, sleeves are really cheap here. You might as well get your sleeves in Japan. And we've actually found a lot of good stuff today. A lot of these cards are actually pretty inexpensive. Got, in fact, all of the 5 Gundam Wing pilots. I also got all the One Piece starter decks, the new ones. And yeah, it was hard to find at Yodobashi, but here in Akihabara, you can find it. You just have to be resourceful. Simon and I are just going through all the different shops out here, and we're showing you some of the best ones. Even if you came here solo without your friend, just going through all the different TCG shops is like really fun too, just because like you can spend a lot of time at each shop. The cards, there's like a lot of cards that are like rare, they're still cheap, and like you don't have to get the legendary rares, you don't have to get like the super rares or the secret rares. You just get like the best rares for the grade, and I think like even that's still a win. I think the best strategy, especially if you're going to buy in Japan, is to go for the cards that you really want for your decks. And then you can come to places like this, like Cardon, which was made by the guy who made Hararuya, but he sold it and he made Cardon. And you can find stuff like Magic the Gathering and a lot of graded cards here, like PSA graded cards, like 10s and stuff like that. But I think trying to go for that kind of stuff is a rich man's game, and it's easy to kind of spend too much. You want to like go for stuff that's more like new or fun, and just have fun building the decks. Here you can see like Jotai A, Jotai B, Jotai C. Jotai A means like basically like great mint condition, barely ever used. B is a little bit more scuffs. If you're really interested in this stuff, I will be explaining it in more detail. I'm also just traveling around Akihabara, so if you want to see where I stayed, like this Noga Hotel, which was a gaming center, or follow me for ramen recommendations, as well as if you like retro, then you'll want to check out my videos on the Nintendo Museum and Book Off. All in all, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next video.